Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Again, guys, I have a question where we have to find the domain of a function. The question is find the domain of fx, which is log base 4, and then you can say log base 5, and then log base 3, and then 18x minus x square minus 77. This is the question. Find the domain of fx, which is log base 4, log 5, log 3, 18x minus x squared 77, and we have to find the domain of this one, right? So I'm going to solve this question again with the same rules. Okay, so as you can say, this is log, question is a log base 4, right? And we have here log base 5, and here you can say log 3, 18x minus x squared minus 77, right? So you can say, so now we are going to solve this question, right? Guys, again, you have to see here the first of all this one, right? Log base 4. So if you see log base 4, here just consider that this is your x. Okay, forget about all these things. Log base 4, so this is what x. So I'm going to draw a graph of log base 4x, right? So again, the base is what? A 4, which is greater than 1. So the graph always start from down, and it will be like this. So we can say we have two important points here. The first point is what? 1. When x is 1, the function is 0. And the second, when x belongs to 4, or you can say x is equal to 4, at that time, the function has 1. As you can say, another coordinate, we have 4, 1, right? This is the graph of, you can say, y is equal to log base 4x, right? So here, if you have this one, and here when I take this question, this one, right? This is your question, the whole question, right? There is no square root and something else. No, this is the whole question, right? So what you have to do here, we want the first condition that log 4, so this one must be what? This x must be always for the existence. This one must be what? Greater than 0. Yes or no? This x must be greater than 0. So if you want that the function exists, the domain here is x is greater than 0. If you want that the log base 4x exists, then x must be greater than 0. So here this is your x. So you can say log base 5 log base 3 18x minus x squared minus 77 must be what? Greater than 0, right? It must be greater than 0, right? Okay, we want this one greater than 0. And again, if you see, you have this graph, this one, if you consider this part only, right? Log base 5, and this is your x. Log base 5, and this is your x. So again, the same things. Okay, I'm going to draw the graph here. If you have log base 5x, then the graph again the same, right? So this point is what? 1, 0. This comma is what? 5, 1. You can say 5, 1, right? Very simple. We solve a lot of questions of logarithmic functions, and we solve using these rules, using these two essential informations. We solve all the questions. So guys, again, I want to give you one advice. Without having the concept of logarithmic functions, right? You cannot solve the complicated questions. You can solve the easiest one, I know, but if you want to increase your level, if you want to increase your experience, if you want to increase your knowledge, then you must solve a lot of questions based on logarithmic function, because when you are going to solve a question, you will see a lot of concept, a lot of things that you don't know before. Okay, and that is why what is my intention to upload the videos, that I'm not the teacher that I'm going to just upload one question of domain and I can say I finished the whole calculus in 30 minutes. No, it's not my intention, it's not my visions. Me, I want to tell you the whole insight, you understand? So without insights, you are not able to solve a single question, right? So this is my purpose. So I'm going to give you details, and you see, I'm not going to use another strategies, another pedagogies that the student feel that it is so hard. No, if you give me a questions based on that, we all solve the questions using these rules only. So this is my intention. So here you can say log base 5, this is x, and this I want what greater than 0 means. Now greater than 0, so you can see log base 5x is always greater than what? Greater than 0 means positive values, right? When you can say, because log has negative value as well as the positive value, so you can say if x is what? Greater than 1. See, if x is what? If x is greater than 1, you can say fx is always log base 5x is always greater than 0. So you can say if this is your x, you can say log base 3 18x minus x square minus 77. See, if this one log base 3 18x minus x square minus 77, if this is what? Greater than 1. If this is greater than 1 means this the whole value is greater than 1. For example 1.1. So if log base 5 1.1, you will see the answer is greater than 0, right? So again we got a conditions, okay? Step by steps. And now again I can say you, we have a graph of, if you consider this part as a x, right? Log base 3x. And here in this condition, we want the function, we want the range which is greater than 1. So what will I do? I'm going to erase this part first so that you can understand. See, now, right? So now you can see here log 3x. See, log base 3x. Okay. So how will you draw the graph? The same. You have to notice this, the base here 3. So the graph is always like this one, right? The first point is always 1, 0. Second, when x is 3, for example, this is 3. At the same time, you can say this is 1, right? I just find out this one, okay? So here you see, now we want log 3x, means log 3x, you can say log base 3x. We want what? This value is greater than 1. See, we want this value greater than 1. So can you tell me when x is 3, when x is 3, then this value is 1, right? So how or when we can get this value is greater than 1? If we apply only one condition, when if we can say this x is what? Greater than 3. You see, if x is what? X is greater than 3, then we can say log base 3x is always greater than 1. So we can say when this condition 18x minus x square minus 77 is greater than what? 3. At this time, this value is greater than, you can say greater than 1, right? So if this value is greater than 1, the x must be greater than 3. So now, alhamdulillah, we got this inequality, and now we are going to solve this inequality. So this is what? Minus x square plus 18x minus 77, 3 shifted here. So this is minus 3, and this is what? 0. And here. So now we have this one. You can say minus x square and plus 18x minus 77 minus 77 minus 3, which is minus 80, right? And this is what, greater than 0. And now I'm going to divide this equation by minus, so you can say x squared minus 18x plus 80, which is what, which is less than 0. Just 1 minute. This is what, less than 0. Okay, so as you know, you can solve this question. X minus 10 8 to 10, and I'm making the video. So x minus 10, and this is what, x minus 8, right? You can say minus 10 minus 8, which is what, 80, and minus 10 minus 8 is 80. So these, we got two linear factors, x minus 8 and x minus 10. Okay, and this value I want less than 0. So what is the zeros? First we have to find it. This is 10 and this is what, 8. So you can use this line. 8 is here and 10 is here, right? So this part is always positive, this is negative, this part is positive. Here if you go, this is positive infinity. Here you go, this is what, minus infinity, right? So guys, here I want, this is very important, here I want the less than 0. It means I need the negative value. So here you can say the negative values here. So the domain, you can say between x to 10 and 8 to 10, you can say the domain is x belongs to, and don't use the close bracket because this is just less than, so I can say from 8 to 10. So guys, the domain belongs to 8 to 10, right? So if the domain is from 8 to 10, we can say this function exists, right? So if you have any problem in understanding the question, you can just write down the comments, and when we have a time, I will reply you. I hope guys you all understand. Inshallah, I will meet you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum.